Mohit Raina, thank you so much for joining me at ETimes. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vicky. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. First and foremost, a big congratulations to you for your wedding. You really surprised us on the very first day of the year.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So a big show now in your kitty, Bhaukaal. बताइए आपको ये शो किस वक्त ऑफर हुआ, आप उस वक्त कहाँ थे और व्हाट वाज योर फर्स्ट रिएक्शन?
Well, I guess ये इस बार भोकाल का सीजन 2 आ रहा है.
जी.
इसका सीजन 1 2020 में आया था when जब लॉकडाउन शुरू हुआ था. I guess मेरी 2019 के आसपास मेरी मुलाकात हरमन से हुई थी. उन्होंने जब मुझे ये कहानी सुनाई थी. I think lot of people don't know about it. मैंने जब मैं टीवी में अपनी बेस बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा था, ये बात I think this goes back in 2009 or 2010. तब हरमन के फादर हैरी बवेजा टीवी के लिए एक सीरीज बनाई थी उन्होंने, कबीर बेदी जी को लेकर. तो उन्होंने मुझे उस समय उस कहानी में ब्रेक दिया था. उस कहानी का मुझे पार्ट बनने का मौका मिला था. So I have a very different association with Mr. Harry Baweja, जो हरमन के फादर हैं. So when Harman told me that he was making something and he was starting his revamping his production house and company, so I had to be a part of it. And on top of it, it was a story of a cop and a real life cop. And मेरा वर्दी से प्यार वैसे ही अलग है. So I had to be a part of it. So I was fortunate enough. और पहले सीजन की सक्सेस के बाद, उसके प्यार के बाद अब सेकंड सीजन आ रहा है.
So, Mohit, what kind of homework did you do? Because the role is based on the encounter specialist Navneet Sakera. मतलब उनकी body language, उनके सारे बोलने का अंदाज वगैरह आपने कैसे imbibe किया?
Well, I guess I was fortunate enough. मुझे उनके साथ कुछ समय बिताने का मौका मिला लखनऊ में. So मैं लखनऊ गया था and I got to spend some time with him. मैंने closely देखा कि कैसे वो अपनी प्रोफेशनल लाइफ को और कैसे वो अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ को हैंडल करते हैं. And I realized that it was बहुत छोटी न्यूआंसेस होते हैं जो एस्पेक्ट्स आपको नोटिस करने होते हैं, जो आप इम्बाइब करते हैं कैरेक्टर के. बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे, at the core of his heart, he is a very normal human being. He is a father who is worried about his son having extra chocolate and spoiling his teeth. He is a father who wants his daughter to come back home on time. He's a father who gets up in the morning and becomes an officer and goes to his work. And on the way to his work, he's calling his mother, who is in a village, and asking about what she has cooked for lunch, because dad likes a different kind of vegetable and mom likes a different kind of vegetable. So when you see a side of a person, and as soon as he gets down from the car, he is a IPS officer who's going and handling a big number of people who are waiting for him to come and address them. So it was really surprising for me, and it was obviously understanding the human psyche of a person, that here he is a son of a farmer who got an opportunity to be in IIT, and he became an IS officer, but he chose IPS because he wanted to serve the nation. He wanted to be on the ground. He wanted to deal with the society, and he wanted to give back to the society where he had learned from, and where he had achieved everything. So watching him closely, I realized the core of his heart and his emotion, and that's how we have tried to imbibe that all in this. But obviously, his way of using a weapon, or his timing of using a weapon, his style of using a weapon, that obviously we cannot, because we are actors and we cannot replicate that, because he's really quick at his job, what he does. So we try to understand the larger picture, and we try to go with it.
So you went and stayed in Lucknow, I mean, in the hotel, and then you used to join him during the day. That's what you're saying.
Yes, 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 yes. I got an opportunity to do that.
Great, great. How many days did this go on?
I think I was there for a week or so, if I'm not wrong, and I got an opportunity to meet his mother, father also. So his father is no more now. He lost him like last year. So he's very close to his family. You know, he's the doting son. So I think it was really really. I was fortunate enough to know him closely and see him spending so much time with his family.
So, when you set about doing this role, I mean, it's not an easy one, of course. It's quite challenging. Which is that part which you found the most difficult? Or rather, can you tell us one or two scenes which you found tough to carry out?
So I think in the first season, you know, the character was very uh, impulsive and very is filled with angst, and the approach was very uh, that he wouldn't really listen to anyone. His approach was very hard and very he was filled with angst and anger, and he had a lot of angst towards the society, and he had a lot of anger inside him, which he had to showcase, and at the same time, in certain sequences, he had to suppress it. So that kind of a thing was very challenging for me to understand the mind of a person who wants to do it for the society and who uh, wants to do the right thing, but without the support of the and he at all times they don't have the support of the system. You know, it's not a very system friendly operative that they work on.
Mhm.
So I think all those things to understand the mind of that person was very challenging, and at the same time, you know, firing a weapon uh, very closely without blinking your eye, you know, that was quite difficult for me. So I tried my best to do it, but I think these were the things which were very challenging initially.
So you have done your, fair share of web shows before. You did Kafir in 2019. You did Viral Wedding in 20. Then in 21 you did Mumbai Diaries. Are you gravitating towards OTT?
But I've, you know, from initially, because so see, I don't come from the I don't come from Mumbai, or I don't come from from an acting family, or from someone whose family has been in the business. So initially, also, I never understood, and they were not obviously different avenues. So when I came, also, I always developed a relationship with the lens. You know, I worked for the person who I became, or the character that I got an opportunity to play. It was never a conscious effort or a conscious step understanding that where it would lead, or it wasn't a strategy. I just wanted to be part of good stories. Now, what OTT has done and is doing is that, you know, different platforms are taking these stories, untold stories, and working on them, and you know, you get to finish them in, you know, 3 months. You do a pre-production or a prep for 1 month, and for 2 months or 3 months you finish the shoot and you move on, you know. So it is very satisfying creatively. You know, I personally feel as an actor, you're always hungry and greedy for different things. So I've always felt that as an actor, it's very satisfying for an actor to play different characters in 3 months, 4 months. You play a doctor and you live that life, and you come back and you play a cop. You finish that life, you go and play a journalist. So you are getting to play so many roles, different roles, and those creative needs are satisfied. For that matter, you take Bhaukaal. It is an MX Player original. You know, MX Player decided to take this story in their hands, and, you know, put it across in association with Applause Entertainment, and do it. Now, I very clearly remember that Applause in the first in 2019, I think, when Applause was making this series, this show was the initial shows which got greenlit. There was like 10 to 12 shows in 2018 or 19. Applause was working on. But you see, three years down the line, Applause is today one of the biggest studios that we have, and they are doing like you name it, they have the best series rights with them, and they are making the best of the content. And yes, I think as an actor, it's really satisfying that you get to play different roles.
OTT has a lot of intimate scenes, etc. Will you be comfortable now doing them, or is it going to be okay? I have to ask my wife.
No, I think I think it's the story, it's the character. I don't think that should be an issue. I don't think that way. I think it's more to do with how it's shot, how aesthetically it's shot, and how it is justified in the story, how relevant it is, how important it is. Obviously, if it's just for the sake of it, if it's just for the audience to just have fun or just glue into it, those reasons are not, I think, enough for someone to do it. I think personally for me, I don't have any apprehensions in doing it, but as long as they are justified and they are the need of that character at that particular time. Because if he has to do it and it's very important for the story to move on, I think any actor would just jump into it.
Thank you, Mohit. Thank you. You're a very, very popular actor. Keep up the good work and stay in touch.